normally like a crazy picture, like an arm or like side boob. So like this is the first time we got actually to pick.
Oh my god! Last time it was like my stomach. Look at that. We are live. Oh, we're live on all the lives. Hey Vaughn, I can't believe that you're awake. First of all, I'm happy that you're awake, but we're not even having the conversation about vaginas.
She did that to you, girl.
But we're having it on Thursday.
We'll have it on Thursday. Actually, on Thursday. Be there on Thursday.
Please and thank you.
You want to get...
Okay. Hey guys, it's me, your girl Antoinette, that bitch, and my couch. We're here with Brandon, and it's Brandon Time Live.
What's up, y'all?
So, what are we talking about today? Oh wait, oh my god, my live video ended.
Hot mess. We are.
No, we are. We're here. Come on, we got this. Okay, so we're gonna start with this. So, if anyone saw our video we posted last night on YouTube, we are continuing the conversation as it pertains to Dwight Howard, okay? If you don't know, now you will know. Dwight Howard was allegedly outed by his lover, ex, what's his name,
Mason
Elijah, for what happened?
Basically, Dwight Howard, his pastor, some of his teammates, and people on his team were actively threatening Mason about like him coming out and coming forward about all of this information. And they wanted him to sign an NDA, and he refused to sign an NDA because this is his truth. So he just wanted to, live in his truth. Mm-hmm. But I think we really want to have this conversation with you guys, because as we mentioned yesterday in the video, when we're talking about trans people, trans rights, and trans people's lives, 22 trans women have been murdered, and 16 of them, are black women. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's a real problem in our community where people are taking this violence out on them, but you're enjoying this physical sensation from it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think the main issue, or where we feel like the conversation needs to begin, not so much that another surprise black man has been caught out, seeking pleasure from transgender or men who like to dress in wigs and nails and makeup. They're going out seeking these sexual things from them, but in turn not wanting to live in the truth of who they are. Mm-hmm. And these are besides black women, these are one of the most unprotected people in America. So, on one hand, you're going out here finding out that it's okay to be with them and you're enjoying this space and time that you have with them, but on the other hand, you're denying it. You can't even admit that you actually like these things when there's so much power in speaking and living in your truth.
And representation matters. You know what I mean? You're not gonna stop playing basketball because you decide to come out and say that you love, you're in love with a trans woman, trans man. That's your life, buddy. And who you are as a black man, it would help. It would actually help a lot of people live in their truth. One of the things that really threw me off is I saw a Facebook post.
Okay.
And one of the Facebook posts, there's this guy and he's commenting how how we would prefer, at least R. Kelly was messing with girls, you know what I mean?
Oh God, what does that even mean?
That's the thing, I can't even wrap my mind around that conversation because R. Kelly is a pedophile.
Oh yeah.
Despite
which is not to be even compared to a man who is seeking pleasure from men who dress in drag.
Consenting adults.
That is, but that's why I think people got it so fucked up though, because this is where the problem lies. This whole nasty stigma about that something has to be wrong with you, that you have to take on a label as being homosexual, anything as just because you like things. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What happens in your bedroom, what happens in your car, what happens in the privacy of whatever you're doing is your own motherfucking business.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's between you and your partner, and it's some sort of
and not a minor weirdo, whoever wrote that.
Okay, so I just think it's so scary because I think I said it in the video. I know a lot of people who this is something that gets them off, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's perfectly natural. I think it's perfectly fine. I just think we have to talk about the violence that comes along with it, the lying that comes along with it. People just not living in their truth, and I don't think labels really matter at this point. Like I don't think you need to say.
But labels are the main. Oh, my lives are just fucking up today. Labels are the main reason why we have this issue, I think. Because I always have to bring it back to the Mr. C article that we were reading and talking about, where he was big. I love this article because he was speaking from such a human place. You know, he like humanized himself. He had like all of us to remember, like, I'm a human being, like I'm dealing with this. I don't know what this means. Society says if I like getting head from a man who's dressed in a wig, that means I'm gay, but I love women. I'm not gay. And like the confliction that lives within this man who is just literally trying to live out his fantasies, live out his sexual desires, he doesn't even know what to say or how to feel or what to do because of all these labels and pressures from society.
And I think that's like we have to just kind of allow people to do their thing. Like stop worrying so much about categorizing people and saying that they have to be this, you have to be this. One of the things I want to there's a viral video of the young lady, I don't even remember. Do you remember where the video is with the young lady who was in the bathroom and the teacher literally prized the bathroom?
Oh, yeah. Wow, where'd you find that? I totally forgot.
Could you see if you can find that for us? So, like, basically in the video,
did you show him?
Like, I don't know if I showed him, but you can Google it. Like,
there was a trans girl, and she was in the bathroom. I'm assuming at school.
Yes, in the women's bathroom.
In the women's bathroom at school, and the teacher was prying down the door with a crowbar. Literally a crowbar in hand, prying it open. Like, I mean, the video, I think that the only thing that my takeaway from the video, which I didn't like, and I mainly didn't like it because I felt that people would be not on the side of the victim/survivor because of the tone in which she was taking during the video. I felt, did you feel that too?
Because she's in high school.
She's in high school.
She's a high school.
She's a child. But,
but
I think that sometimes people put like adult things on children, but I felt like the tone that she had, like they're violent, you know, it was kind of juvenile, obviously, because she's a child, but I didn't want it to invalidate the fact that she is who she is, and the fact that you're invading her space in that way. Why couldn't, if whatever the school policy is, whatever the deal is, why couldn't there have been, not saying that it's right, at a minimum, why couldn't there have been a conversation when the woman walks out of the bathroom versus prying down a door?
Well, part of it is that she actually has her own designated bathroom.
Oh.
So, but you say, oh, right?
But I'm saying, oh, as in, why would...
She's clearly not looking over the stalls to stare and look at other girls as they go to the bathroom. And listen, like if you're a teacher, there's got to be steps to get a better result. There's got to be a better result.
I agree. That is very fucked up. It was disgusting because think about now the shame and the horror that person has to live in, knowing that they've been violated in such a way.
But also, I really want to like step back to talk about the fact that she has her own bathroom, right? Because the fact that you're like putting me in my own third place, right? About something, it doesn't matter. But like my own third place is a little weird to me. It's a little upsetting to me. And like if you went to a school that like I went to, right? If I had to go to the bathroom and let's say I was in like my shop class, right? And my bathroom was all the way over by like let's say where Cosmo was, you know, I would be literally running across the entire school to go to the bathroom. Like instead of just going to the women's restroom that's right there where I'm gonna go, use the bathroom and leave.
I think it's all a lot. But the thing about it is that we need to start having the conversations. I think that the undoing of this conditioning is such a hardy job. Like, it requires so much muscle, so much manpower. But we need more people to be on board. We need to be having more conversations about stuff like this, because Dwight Howard is not the first celebrity, athlete, or whomever to be caught, or outed, let's just say outed, and her to be doing these things.
But the thing that people don't really, I think they don't understand, and I think a lot of people don't understand, accept actually, is that it's something that passes more than just us here in our culture. It's something that, in a lot of, in Mexican culture, there are a lot of trans women. It's very, very common to have names for them. Same thing in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of places that have names for these people. It's not new. It's not brand new, and it's not something that's so crazy. It's super common. And people doing this and liking to do this, it's been going on. It's just that there's social media. People can pull up receipts now.
Yeah.
I just want to say I can't find it because there's so many stories of students not being able to use the bright bathroom in their school based on whatever gender they identify as. So
wow.
I honestly don't know what case you're talking about, because any link I click on could be whatever you're referencing. I can't find the videos because I can't really track down what you're saying.
And there that is.
That's the transphobia.
Because at the end of the day, for me, it always goes back to a conversation that we had referring back to the Black Panther thing about Black people, Black families feeling upset about white kids wanting to dress up as Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes back to the children. We should not be putting this type of burden on children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, grown Black man, grown white man, if you want to be having a fight about if a man can't wear Black Panther, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
But to force your child or a Black woman, myself, to see a little white kid at the store and smack a Black Panther costume out of his hand and then Wakanda forever and kick him in the neck, that's just really, it's too much. It's too much to put on children.
Yeah.
And so it goes back to the trans conversation. It goes back to the homophobia conversation. It is too much to put on children, people who are growing. That's just it. It's too much.
And part of it, people have to really step back and realize that that's something that exists within you. I literally and I guess just maturing and understanding my own sexuality and who I was. I had to understand that why if I'm walking down the street and there's a trans person that's waving at me or flirting with me, why I have a problem with it, instead of being it's really just a person being a person doing what people do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I can't be so insecure and uncomfortable in my own sexuality and who I am and look at that and be that's a problem. Oh, you think I'm sexy? Girl, you right, I am sexy. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I agree, because I know a man who is so comfortable in his skin as it pertains to dealing with this homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
My man, you you're giving me an advance? I'm not into that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple as,
I don't do that.
I'm not into that. Wait, me? Thanks, but I'm not into that. Why does it have to be, we're gonna go beat him up outside, we're gonna kill him, by accident? It's just too much.
I feel like it's just a lot of hate and a lot of fear.
But I think the hate and the fear that resides within, I have whole different types of viewpoints on shit like this. I think that a lot of the homophobia that lives within people is because of their own fear or desire to want to act out their own sexual fantasies and desires.
I agree.
Actually, why are you so mad? Is it because Johnny's living his whole entire life and you wish that you could live yours?
You're big mad. You're big mad.
Because if a man is over here living his whole entire life doing what he needs to do for him, why would it make you so angry as to take time out of your precious day, okay, to write hateful things on the internet, to physically assault someone in public? I don't really have the time for that. I don't really have the energy for that. Live your whole entire life, straight up. Dwight Howard, live your life, but actually don't have your pastor in your camp threatening someone's life.
Mad that they won't sign an NDA because you made decisions.
First of all,
decided to do those
the
things.
NDA comes first.
Always.
You know the NDA comes
You gotta
first.
sign that paperwork.
Now you backpedaling,
Mhm.
and now it's out. You played yourself, actually. If you wanted to live in the closet, you should have stayed in the closet.
But the reality is that this person is doing this, right? And the backlash that she could deal with could be that she could die from this.
Oh, I
Like
agree.
that's but the reality of it is that like, and we would all know why it would happen. Like whoever decided to do it, but like that's the danger of this. But we have to normalize it. Dwight Howard, nobody's mad at you. Get yours how you get yours. That's what I say.
Everyone.
Consenting adults, do your thing.
Get how you live it. That's it. Straight up. Do what you need to do. But the conversation has to be more about taking these labels off of people so that people feel more free and comfortable in living out what they really feel, obviously in a safe space, right? And protecting trans people.
By the way, having her own bathroom is ostracizing. We said, yeah, that's right, girl. We said, I was reading the comment, but we had talked.
Say that again. Say that again.
You want me to read it?
Read it.
Okay, she said, but in a way, having her own bathroom is ostracizing in a sense. That's exactly what it is, and that's what we're trying to like get over. This idea of separation.
I remember when the genderless bathroom thing started happening, and I had ran into my first one in Jersey City at the oh my god, I can't believe I don't remember the name of this fucking museum right now. I feel so annoyed about that. I should literally just like jump out of my window for not remembering. But I was like, wow, I'm about that. I'm with that. Like I don't even get really what the big deal is. Catch me anywhere if a line is too long in the men's room. It's a freaking bathroom. As long as there's not just a urinal and there's a toilet, I'm finding a way. I'm making a way. I'm gonna get it done because it's a bathroom.
I don't know. I feel like there's these all of these like false ideas of masculinity and what it's supposed to be, and I think it's all very toxic. And we've got to just sort of like talk about it, deal with it, and embrace it. Because like toxicity, like towards women in general, is across the board a thing that happens. Whether you're a straight man, gay man, lesbian, all of those things, it happens, and it just happens to be that as a black trans person, you just step on one of the lower rungs of the struggle scale.
Yeah, seriously. But protect trans. Dwight Howard, live your life. Come out, make a statement.
Make a statement.
Be
real. Be real.
Do a Mr. C article for GQ. Like, come on. We need more people standing up for this, standing out, like being on top of this shit.
And what would be even doper, like if it was a lie? He was like, honestly, it's not true, but it's all good because it's not that big of a deal. That would be like, whoa! I would be like, actually,
like, wow, he said it's not true, but he said it's not a big deal.
Like, chill, y'all, chill. Like, that's like, oh.
No, that is. But the fact that, you know, him or anyone in his camp was actually threatening this person's life over this, like, that's, I mean, if you did it, like, you shouldn't have even been doing it if it was going to come down to this, because the old saying goes, if you don't want anyone to know, don't fucking do it, don't tell nobody, don't say no shit. So, people know now. Winnie? We're going to go Winnie?
Winnie.
Wait, but did Winnie Harlow do the bitch on the cow?
No.
Who did that?
I don't know who did
Is that aggressive? She was in the video?
No. I wish somebody could tell. Does anybody know who did Bitch on the Cow?
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
But I thought that was maybe her rap name.
Oh, Lord.
I saw her in the video. She was in the video?
No.
This is too much. Oh my god, I feel so embarrassed.
Is she in it?
No.
First of all, I think this is like almost maybe offensive.
A little bit.
That she's saying that she was in the Bitch on the Cow video.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh,
she was not in it.
So,
you sure?
I'm sure.
So,
is that too much?
If you don't know who Winnie Harlow is, she was on America's Next Top Model. She is one of the first supermodels with vitiligo.
Yes.
Not models, because not going to confirm or deny that, but one of the first supermodels. Supermodels.
Right.
But she was on Watch What Happens Live. And she basically said that America's Next Top Model really doesn't do anything for any model's career. It doesn't help at all. It doesn't do anything. And I'm like,
It's a lie.
I don't know who she is. Like, I mean, I've seen her face, but I only know who she is from America's Next Top Model. Like, and it's like Eva said it like very like recently talked about like girl, Drake knows who you are. Everybody knows who you are because you are on America's Next Top Model. And like, how many supermodels were there with vitiligo before she like jumped out and started popping it? Oh, ain't she saying that one girl was nappy-headed and jealous of her?
Oh Lord.
Ooh.
Did she?
She has a reputation for being known as quite a, kind of being a nasty bitch, but.
But that might be a defense mechanism for sure. I think that.
I mean, at some point you gotta stop depending on defense mechanisms when you're famous.
No, but I think that a lot of when we.
She wasn't perceived well on the show. Maybe that's like on America's Next Top Model, so maybe that's why she has a little like bad taste in her mouth. Because honestly, she did kind of come out looking kind of like a bitch and a liar, kind of sort of on the show. Like she was kind of.
That's never a good look.
I mean, that's just. I watched the show.
A bitch and a liar is never a good look. Not both together.
That's a double down.
Yeah.
But she seems like I mean, I think she's beautiful. I think she's gorgeous. But if you're gonna be problematic, we need to hold you accountable. Like, we can't just let you be out here slandering something that is an entire platform. You know what I mean? Like, your Yaya is in a bunch of stuff, and I don't even watch the show. Like, I don't even know who Yaya is, but I know her name, and I was like, oh, she was on America's Next Top Model, and she's getting jobs. Like,
yeah. No, but also Sakara. First of all, Eva. Like, there's been plenty of people, but I think, like I said earlier, I think that these people who were or made a name for themselves after the show actually went and capitalized off of their 15 minutes of fame.
Mm-hmm.
They went and worked the cow. Like, sorry. The cow.
You're so convinced she's in bitch on the cow.
I meant workhorse. That's what
offensive, but no big deal.
I didn't even mean that like that. I'm still looking it up because I know she's in there.
See, I'm gonna go to hell. Now I'm gonna go to hell for even saying that. Right?
But anyway, I think that it's about knowing what you got and using it. Like I was saying earlier in an example, like if you're from some random town in some random place and you were on a public show like that or any reality TV and you go back there and don't do anything with that popularity that you just gained, yeah, nothing's gonna really happen for you because you know how everything works nowadays. Like, here today, gone tomorrow. You're not in our space, so we don't care about you anymore. People who go and actually, you need to go and actually capitalize off of that. Go move to Hollywood. Go move to New York. Go start doing, because the way that the business works nowadays, they want you to
do all the work.
They want you to have been on America's Next Top Model. Wait, you were on the season? Bet.
Well, how many followers do you have now? Okay, like, what's the last gig that you did? Like, how many people were you able to get to come? Like, that's what they care about. Like, it is great that you're like getting all of this stuff, but you got to give credit where credit is due. She
may have not been in that, but I could have.
Because she may have not.
I saw something like when they was on a yacht, and I was like, that looked like Winnie Harlow.
I feel like we should get back to you on that, you guys, and let you know. Or if somebody wants to let us know. So the other thing that I think we wanted to talk about, and I'm going to open a quick link. So somebody I know who's had a baby, I think she's about to have another baby, asked about cord blood banking. And I was like, ooh.
Wait, someone you know actually asked you about that?
She didn't ask me about it, she asked Facebook about it.
What was the actual thing she said on Facebook?
I think she basically said, has anybody done cord blood banking?
Okay.
And I was like, I feel like I heard this, but let me look
Talk to people about what it is.
So let me read to you really quickly what it is. Because
I'm not fucking with it.
Cord blood banking means preserving the newborn stem cells found in the blood of the umbilical cord and the placenta. After a baby is born, and even after delayed cord clamping, there is blood remaining in the umbilical cord and placenta that holds valuable newborn stem cells. Parents have a choice between donating cord blood to a public bank for free or paying to store it for their family in a private bank. Cord blood banking includes the whole process from collection to storage of newborn stem cells for future medical purposes.
Okay.
So
okay. Okay, guys. I'm freaked out. I don't like anything. I don't like anything about this. I don't like Apple trying to be all up in my business with these freaking cameras. So now I'm just gonna okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna just hop in real quick.
Hop in.
So when I first read it, I was like, oh, that's so dope, that's so cool. I feel like I've read about this.
Why do you think it was so dope and so cool?
Because the amount of stem cells that are in the placenta and the umbilical cord, they're really they have a lot of value basically. They have a lot of potentials, and once we really get
potential for what?
For stem cell cloning, right? So being able to.
So Brandon's into cloning.
Well, not necessarily cloning, right? I'm saying stem cell cloning, okay? And that allows you to, find cures for things and help, repair damage to body parts and help.
But who is trusting that this is what's actually being done?
I mean, but that's where the difficulty comes in. Because at this point now we're just banking our DNA. Like on top of basically signing our lives away through all types of technology, we now are officially giving the government our DNA to store and hold and test on and figure everything about our bodies out.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I think that's why they say there's public and private. But I think we all know that just because something's through the private sector doesn't mean that it's going to be beneficial to you.
Once you give something over to an entity, it doesn't matter what you sign or what you did or disclosures, people do what they want to do. Government, private, people are corrupt.
And you could sue.
People are corrupt.
Yeah, you could sue.
But what's already been done
is done with your body and your DNA. Well, your DNA, what they have in it. I feel like it has a lot of potential though. And that's the thing that I make.
Potential for what?
More about stem cells and the potential that it actually has and how to actually utilize it. You know what I mean? 10 years from now, somebody may be taking that banked, cord blood, and helping to regrow an organ or helping to fight cancer or helping to fight some, like I said, immune disease, autoimmune disease. It has a lot of potential. So, and I feel like, especially as Black people, we get very nervous, because I feel like we've mentioned the Tuskegee experiments before. Mm-hmm. Our DNA likes to be tested on Henrietta Lacks, which Oprah, played in a movie very recently. It is scary.
It's very, my thing is corrupt. Yeah. My thing actually is just the fact that no one is to be trusted with that power. No one's to be trusted with that. So, if we could guarantee that it would only be used for the good, goddamn, if something would happen in my family, in my life, that it would benefit, I'd be very happy for. But the corruptness, I can't get behind that.
So stem cells basically.
It's like if it's a blood drive, girl. I don't live to blood drives.
Stem cells basically turn into any cell that is needed when added to the body. Boom. It's like a blood drive, girl. The stem cell thing is blood drive, but for general cells, to be honest, or donating organs when you die, you don't need them no more. And I get that, right? That's not the argument that I'm throwing out. It's just the access to your DNA, right? And the storing of your DNA and the testing and working of your DNA. That's where I think a lot of people's discomfort comes in. Of course you don't die. That's not the issue that I have.
Yeah.
I think that's not the thing I don't think that's the thing anybody I really think is concerned about. I think it's more about, like I said, the government taking your actual DNA, right? Your stuff that carries your bodily information and storing it.
I think that would really be the biggest main issue, right?
And yes, they do pretty much regenerate. I think they have a ton of potential, which is why I probably will do it when I have kids, because I'm sure that in 10 years, that's going to have benefit. Wow. I feel like it'll be something that you'll want to be able to pull out and be like, I have these stem cells stored at a private bank, and my child is going through this and needs this replaced, and they have it stored, and technology has advanced so much that we can use it to replicate something and build something.
That just really got me in the feels about the child. That's valid of the fear, but
That's valid of the fear, but I be feeling like they already got my face and fingerprint. They already got me messed up. Oh, we're already all tagged in.
We're all definitely tagged in, even here now.
Right? Yeah. It just is what it is. Like
you got
at
a
this
smartphone.
Point. Yeah.
You already got.
You're in.
Yeah,
You're in
yeah.
there. You're in there. Big Brother is already watching you. I literally was sitting with my friends the other day, and I can't even remember it. She was talking about her favorite Portuguese meal, whatever, right? It's something like stuffed with meat and cheese, and then it's like breaded and deep fried. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's so crazy. That sounds so lit. And then she's like riding in the car. She's like, oh my God, there's a video of it on my Instagram. And I'm like,
was that you who reposted that? Someone posted that. Oh, my girlfriend reposted. She's like this. When it's all fun and games until something pops up in my search that I was actually just thinking in my head, and I was like,
and all of our information is so interconnected. I don't even understand how much of our information is shared at this point between social media sites and our search history.
We've been doing entirely too much. Like, we definitely all fell into the trap, into the game.
Oh, they got my whole life.
Oh my God. But you know what the thing is? Because they make it so that in order for you to do anything, you have to be so giving of your information. You know, it's actually really scary. I remember, I'm not really big on the internet and big on technology in that way. I'm such a grandma. But I remember one of the first times I ever experienced it when I was, maybe I want to say like almost.
Running ads in my head, just waiting.
Almost 10 years ago, just about maybe like 9. And I was like shopping for shoes. Or looking for shoes, just adding shit in different carts. Nordstrom, Target, all the carts, adding shit. Next thing I know, I'm just on Facebook and there's every single shoe, like everything that I've been looking now is in my, I was like this, whoa, that was the same shoe I just had in my cart. And I knew it was over from there. Like I knew it was a wrap. I was like, it's already too far. It's already far gone.
So like how much
how much more do we want to give up? You fucking giving everything up.
I mean, isn't that like an old
I'm over here doing
Locks and
Dr.
argument?
Sadie's and organic holistic treatments on my baby, and you over there at the cell bank, like helping your baby.
Well, you out here putting ginger root on your baby's falling off arm, and I'm taking stem cells to repair all the fucking tore up muscle and tissue.
That's some shit from one of those fucking superhero movies you be watching. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
It's the same as 23andMe and all that. Voluntarily giving your DNA does raise a red flag. It's just hard not to, and it seems so cool and it seems so great. Tell me where I'm from.
Well, that's why I'm basically kind of like refusing to do it. As much as I want to know, I just don't feel good about it because it's all being stored. It's all being connected and added, and I don't want any parts of it actually, because I'm super like sharing and caring, but there's always a fine line when you know that there's something out there potentially harmful.
Yeah. Did you guys blood bank? Cord blood bank at all? You know what I mean? Like I just want to know.
She has a baby?
This is not a sister.
Oh.
She's got 4 kids.
Oh my God, okay, 4 kids. I'm sure she didn't.
I'm sure I don't know.
I'm sure she didn't.
I don't know. Our 23andMe is a scam and they make it up.
I bet it is.
I mean, maybe. But I mean, I feel like if we're gonna rely on science to say how reliable it is.
They scam us on so many other things, and it's hilarious that people are out here paying for scams. Like, dead ass.
Well, at least it's not Wake Up Now. Oh, maybe that was
Me
just
and my mom just did our ancestry. Oh my God, I love that. Well, tell us how it goes. Tell us.
You know what it was? It was discounted on like Black Cyber Monday.
Okay.
It was on like Groupon. It was on like Amazon, and I saw mad people posting about getting it. But like that's how, like we said, that's how you get sucked in. Like,
well, because you want, okay, especially for us as Black people, like I get the draw and the want. You know, it's different from an Italian family who's like 4th generation or whatever, and they have a connection to their homeland. It's so different. We don't have that. So it's like I mean, I have an itch and a scratch for that. You
So
know?
I mean, so even for that, I know people. I think what they do is called like African ancestry. So they don't do 23andMe. Don't do Ancestry.com. Excuse me, guys. They do AfricanAncestry.com, and it breaks it down to the different regions of Africa, like whatever country you were in. Like it's I've seen a bunch of people post it. So like 23andMe doesn't.
It's a different one. You're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know
You learned
if
something new.
yeah I don't know if anybody has actually done Ancestry or 23andMe and tell me that it does the same thing, but from what I understand, it doesn't do it the same way.
Okay.
So,
Okay. What is you said? African in me?
African ancestry, I think
African ancestry.
Yeah, the African in me.
It's the African in me.
She a real housewife from Atlanta, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The African in you, girl.
Yes. All right, guys. We're at. Oh wait, we got some more stuff.
Oh, hold on, no.
A home birth. I want to have a home birth so bad. Who wants to have a home birth? Like this video.
Do you recommend that over like being in the hospital? Did you find that was like a more relaxing, comfortable experience to do a home birth? I don't know if you want to just like tell all that information out here right now, but
Read that.
So I heard they made 23andMe because Ancestry had a whole scandal. And then I've been to the hospital for cardiology reasons for so many times. They got my whole life on file. They probably know the longest nerve in my finger and what the picture looks like.
Facts though.
Honestly, but that's
it's so hard though to draw the line as it pertains to what we're gonna share and what we're not gonna share.
I mean, but I feel like that's just like the question, like how much of your privacy is worth giving up?
We should all go back to flip phones then.
Oh, I mean,
change the whole game.
I mean, if you were watching How to Get Away with Murder, you would know that the only reason people carry flip phones is so they can't be tracked.
Hello. That's what I want to do.
Flip.
Oh my God! Yes, my girlfriend Yvonne.
Oh, hospitals don't listen to black women, no way. Okay, that is literally like
my girlfriend Yvonne. She had her daughter at home.
Oh, see, and I loved my home birth.
Oh my God, she loved her home birth.
Recommended for low risk women.
A low risk woman. So what's a high risk woman? Oh, I guess like diabetes, high blood pressure. What's right? Preeclampsia, right? Those kind of things. Okay.
Wait, can we just talk really quick about preeclampsia, right? So I don't know much about preeclampsia, right?
Okay.
But apparently it's so common that Netflix literally released like a 45-minute movie about it. And I wish I could find it and I wish I knew what it was, but literally one day I was like home and I was like, what is this black movie on Netflix? This movie is so black. Let me watch it. And I'm like, this is a damn PSA for preeclampsia. I'm like, this is crazy.
Are you serious?
But I say all of that to say because it's actually like a very common thing that happens.
But I heard it's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous, but apparently a lot of people don't know about it. And throughout the show or film, like she like starts to like she talks about the symptoms that she's going through and the discomfort and all of that stuff, what it feels like, and like her doctor not listening to her. And I like didn't even watch the whole movie. I literally just skipped through it because I was like, what could this movie be about for 45 minutes? And like honestly, it was like I was like somebody literally just watched this movie like and probably like had their whole like life saved, like, and it's kind of crazy. Like,
first of all, I'm like definitely having a home birth now. Me and my doula.
But it's a lot.
Wait, do we have a doctor, like an MD at the home birth?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, do you just have the doula? You need education and an educated midwife.
Okay, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this first. Well, Yvonne, you can be my education. I'm ready. Okay, it should not be a scary subject. Oh, I love that. Do you feel like it's a scary subject?
I feel like
home birth.
Yeah. I think the thing is people's false, or I don't want to say false, but I think people's heavy reliance on Western medicine in hospitals, where I have the opposite kind of thing, where I think that hospitals be doing bad stuff over there.
I mean, they don't listen
First
to
of
black
all,
women. Don't listen
heavily
to black
over
people.
drugging. I don't know how many people went in for a headache and died. Like, it just be real bad over there. It's just not good at the hospitals.
Tamika is a doula, and she has mad doula connects and mad information.
I need a doula. If Tamika can't be my doula, she's got the doula connects.
I'm sure she's part of she's got to be part of
because I want everybody to be my doula so bad. Because you know Erica Badu is a doula, right? Like, I need her.
Oh, did y'all know there are male midwives so they teach the man to be supporting during the pregnancy and birth? Did not know that.
Do you have a male midwife and a female midwife both at the same time, supporting both? Or just one that kind of covers everything?
See, I like this. There's so much information being brought to the table right now.
I had a midwife team.
And a birth doula.
Oh, I love this. I want to have a baby now.
I think we should really do like a video about doulas, about home births, and we should really get Tamika and get Yvonne to join in because they've got
and
so much.
vaginal health.
Well, we will be talking about vaginal health on Thursday.
Should we do our vaginal health doula episode on Thursday?
At the same time?
Yeah, it goes together.
I mean, it does go together. It seems like one and one, you know.
Vagina. Woman.
Well, I'm a man, but you know.
No, I know.
We'll talk about it.
But but remember the beautiful thing that you said yesterday? Brittany's gonna say a beautiful thing you said yesterday that almost brought tears to my eyes.
Dramatic. Okay. So I just simply said that, I feel like a lot of people will say that, this really isn't a conversation for you to have in regards to, feminine hygiene, vaginal health, and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm a gay man. There's a strong chance that, I'm gonna have a daughter with a man. Like, me and my husband will have a daughter, you know what I mean, at some point. So I need to be able to tell her about her nooks and crannies and how to take care of it and what you do if it smells weird. Like, I can't always rely on an auntie or my friend to come and have this personal conversation with my child. And it's not a sexual conversation, it's a health conversation.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So,
I love it.
I'm going to be a part of the conversation as well.
Yes, the key is.
Because we need to talk about it and we need to normalize it because,
Yes. I agree that certain things should be separate, but I think that certain things should definitely be more inclusive.
Yeah. Listen, we talk about ball funk, right? Balls be stinky.
Look, we all be stinky shit.
Everybody stinks. Everybody poops, everybody stinks.
Hello. That was good.
Yes.
But I'm happy that we got a little bit of some gems and jewels for our next conversation.
Yes.
We are going live. Oh, clap from Yvonne.
Oh, thank you.
We're going live on Thursday.
Not next Thursday, this Thursday. For real.
For real. No fake news.
For real. No Donald Trump. Okay.
No fake news. We're going to be talking about vaginal health, as well as, I guess we're going to go talk about some doulas and home births, which I'm super psyched about because, okay, I just want to put Yvonne's business out there really fast, even though, she put her, her photos of her home birth online, but, it was honestly the most beautiful thing ever. She called me and I just was like, what was it like? How did it go? And she just was like, it's something that I feel like every woman should experience. Obviously, if you're not at high risk for any types of dangers where a hospital may be best for you. It brought tears to my eyes, hearing her story and her there with her husband and her family. It just was it was really beautiful. I mean, well, obviously her children weren't there, but because I said her family, the kids running around while she's on.
I mean, some people have births like that.
No, true. But I really thought it was a very, very beautiful thing, and it definitely inspired me. I mean, Yvonne is one of the strongest women I know, and I don't it's not a scary conversation, but I was Yvonne could do it. That's for Yvonne. But she definitely inspired me to have a conversation about it.
I mean, I definitely feel I know a lot of, young black women, young women who are contemplating home births, instead of going to the hospital.
I'm a postpartum doula, not a birth doula. Ooh.
But that's still very valid because because she actually mentioned what the value of a postpartum doula was. She commented on the last post that we had.
Yes.
But I think that's like still a very, very valid, very important aspect to the process. And what you said to me, what you commented last time was really important. Some of those statistics in regards to the mother's mental health, latching from the baby. That's all really, really important. That's really interesting.
Yes.
You know, because I see Facebook posts where people are talking about, I can't get my baby to latch. What did you do?
Yes. So yeah, we'll save some of this conversation for next time. But please go and follow Bitch Got a Couch on YouTube.
Thank you so much for watching.
Follow
me on Instagram, YouTube. No, not YouTube. Well, I guess you can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Frodoreed2030. It's just everything. If you search it, you'll find me.
Yes. Bitch Got a Couch.
Subscribe, guys. Subscribe.
We'll see you on Thursday.
And share. If you like what we talked about tonight, if you want other people to get in the conversation, share.
We definitely, our main focus here is about conversation and conversations that people aren't having, or conversations that people are having in private. That's it. That's the main thing. Like, stop having these conversations in the private. Have them out in the open so you can help someone learn, help someone grow, help someone heal.
Yeah. Save a life. You know what I mean? Because like we've been talking about throughout this entire life, the hospitals don't really always take care of us.
No, that's the death trap for sure. Bye guys.
Peace out. Till next time. Thursday.
I'm gonna get some hold music on this time.
Hold music.
We're out here. Oh, I'm gonna wave.
So long, fella.
We'll see you guys live on Thursday.
Thursday, for real.
Thursday. Let me get my whole music on.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please come back. We appreciate everybody's comments.
Yes.
We appreciate your input. You had so much information. And we really, really thank you guys.
Yes.